Now in this mad rush of SUVs and crossovers, Skoda has shifted its focus to sedans. Coming from the legendary brand which made cars like Octavia and Superb famous in India, this sedan is a bit different. This is the second car based on the India-specific MQB A0iN platform after the Kushaq, and this will take on the heavyweight champions like the Maruti Suzuki Ciaz, the Honda City and even the Hyundai Verna. Now, will the Skoda Slavia seize this dying sedan segment? Well, stay tuned to this video for the next few minutes and we will tell you all about this new Slavia. Now, starting with the looks, the all-new Slavia looks unmistakably Skoda. It gets a wide butterfly type grille, which is a signature to all the Skoda vehicles, and you get a bit of chrome here and there. Now, this grille is really wide and accentuates the width of this car, which is widest in this segment. Now, you come to the side, you get a crystalline headlamp with all LED setup, and it looks extremely premium. Go downstairs and you can see the halogen fog lamps right here and bit of chrome as well. Move to the sides, you will notice 16-inch wheels here, and there is a lot of gap in the wheel wells. It doesn't fill it well, but Skoda has made a judicious choice of giving you comfort over than the looks, and it works pretty well. We will talk about that later, but let's check out this car first. You get the Skoda badge right here and a bit of chrome under the window line that runs till the end through the C-pillar. Now, there are a bit of deep creases around here which accentuates the whole length of this car, which is also one of the longest car in this segment. Now, if we move behind the car, you will notice the sloping design, but this is not a notchback. It opens differently, separately. You get the split T-lamps here, and if you have seen the new 2021 Volkswagen Jetta, the setup will remind you of that. Again, you get some premium features right here, including the wraparound crystalline types T-lamps and a bit of chrome that runs under the body. So Skoda has used the amount of chrome very judicially, which will attract a lot of buyers. Also, if you see right here, there is a lot of gap between the ground and the body, and that's because it offers a magnanimous 179 mm of ground clearance, which is highest in the segment. Yes, it makes the car look a bit different, but it makes it very, very practical. Now, before we jump inside the cabin, the real magic of the Skoda Slavia lies under this boot lid. Open this and you get access to massive 521 liters of boot space, which is higher than any of the compact SUV crossover that you get in India. Fold the rear 60/40 splits and you can increase this space to over 1000 liters, which can help you move homes. Now let's jump inside and see what it offers inside the cabin. Now move inside the cabin of the Skoda Slavia. Close the door to hear that assuring door thud. Apart from that, if you have been inside a Skoda Kushaq previously, you will find the setup very familiar to that car. However, Skoda has made a few changes which differentiates this car from the Kushaq. For example, you get round circular climate control vents now. Also, there is a contrasting patch that dissects the upper part and the lower part of the dashboard. You also get a chrome strip embedded right into this. Apart from that, you come to the center and you will notice the same 10.1-inch infotainment screen that you also get with the Kushaq. It gets wireless Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto as well. Apart from that, there are a lot of inbuilt features like BBC News and other music streaming apps which you can use on the way. This also offers connected features. You can download the app to your own phone and check the location of the car and control a lot of other features as well. Right in front of me is the 2-spoke steering wheel, and it is very, very premium to hold, especially because of the leather wrap. You get multifunctions buttons on both the sides, but Skoda has done this again by providing the turn indicators and the wipers on opposite sides. So turn indicators are on the left hand side and the wipers are on the right hand side, just like the German car. I don't know why Skoda has done that after the Kushaq in the Slavia as well. Since this is a made in India, made for India car, this could have been switched. You get Skoda branding right here, and this is all hard plastic. Skoda has added a little texture here so that it doesn't get scratched, but you get a glossy finish right around here, and I think with usage it will gain some minor scratches. In front of me lies an all digital instrument cluster. Now the screen doesn't fill up the whole instrument cluster. There are indicators on the side, but the instrument cluster itself is very informative. It shows you various information that you would want during your drive, and you can change the settings from here, and it has 3 driving modes as well. Now coming down, you get a touch controlled AC system. And since Skoda has added this little groove here, you don't have to look away from the road ahead while driving to change the AC settings. You can just do it while looking ahead and feeling it tactile. You get a wireless phone charger right here, and there's a little bit of space to put different things. You get 2 USB Type-C chargers here as well. Now coming to the space, Skoda has done a fantastic job. They have added little tiny bins for your knickknacks, like I can keep the sanitizer right here and it will stay secure. Behind that there are 2 cup holders, and you get a little bit of space right here as well. You get a cooled glove box which you can change from here, and there is a lot of space on the door pads as well. Now coming to the central console, you get a lock and lock, automatic start stop activation or deactivation, and also the front seats are ventilated. So both the front seats are ventilated, which will be very helpful, especially in the Indian weather conditions. Right now I'm sweating. I can simply start this and be cooled down very quickly. However, Skoda doesn't provide an electronic seat, so it's a manual, which is a good thing because the ventilated seats are here, which are more important for Indian driving conditions. Apart from that, you also can adjust the steering for reach and height, so you can get the best possible ergonomics, best possible comfortable driving position according to your needs. Now you also get this much important sunroof right above me. Now that's all about it, the Skoda Slavia that gets in the front. Let's jump to the rear seats and see how much space does it offer. Now we are in the rear seats of the Skoda Slavia, and the first thing I notice is space. There is acres of it. I can move around my feet very well. There is a lot of knee room as well. Coming to the headroom, I am 5'11", and you can see there is barely any space left. If you are taller than me, you will definitely hit the roof in some of the bumps. You sit very higher on the Skoda Slavia. You get a good view of outside. You don't feel claustrophobic at all. And you get this foldable armrest with 2 cup holders as well. You move this up, and here comes the space for the third passenger, which will be a struggle for a few since it gets a bucket seats in the rear. So this middle portion will be a quite intruding thing for the middle passenger. However, you do get this adjustable headrest and a 3-point seat belt, which is a first-in-class feature, and Skoda has done quite well right here. You get 2 AC vents right here. These can't be controlled, however they can be moved for direction. There is no space to keep your things here, and you get 2 USB Type-C chargers right here. Now coming to behind the seats, you get a very funky feature which Skoda calls simply clever. So you can, if you are a phone fanatic and you want to travel with the phone all the times, here's a special pouch where you can just put it and relax for the drive ahead. The driving quality, the rear seat comfort is exceptional in the Slavia. If you are planning to get a chauffeur-driven car, then look nowhere else than the Slavia. However, we cannot compare it with the City or the Ciaz head-on right now. However, it feels quite pliant and quite big. Now the first thing that you get with the Skoda Slavia with all the variants is the integrated start-stop engine. It increases the fuel efficiency by quite a lot. The powertrain that we are driving first is the 1 liter TSI with a 6-speed torque converter. This engine, the 3-cylinder engine, it generates a maximum power of 115 PS and a peak torque of 178 Nm. Now Skoda has added this 6-speed torque converter and it matches with the engine very well. It has a strong low end and mid end, and it also pushes the car to reach 3-digit speeds in no time. So Skoda has done a very well job in tuning the transmission with the engine. Now coming to the comfort, the Skoda Slavia is very pliant. The rear seats comfort are extremely good. So if you are planning to buy it for a chauffeur driven car, then the Skoda Slavia makes a lot of sense. On the turns, however, because of the higher ground clearance, you will feel that there is a bit of body roll and you will have to slow down. But this thing picks up and accelerates like anything, so you won't mind doing that. Now, since this is a Skoda, we have to talk about the steering feedback, since it targets a lot of enthusiasts. Now, the steering feedback is not very unresponsive. It is not very sharp as well. It lies right in between and it gives you a good feedback if you're a new driver and you are not looking for enthusiastic handling. Apart from that, the suspension is tuned very well, and if you go over the potholes, you don't feel much of that inside the cabin. Since it gets 16-inch alloy wheels, even with the top-end variant, the ride quality, it excels. Apart from that, the braking performance is pretty good as well. And since this car goes to the triple-digit figures in no time, the braking, it comes very handy in emergency situations. So now let's jump into the 1.5 TSI and find out what different that car offers. So now we have shifted to the 1.5 liter engine of the Skoda Slavia. It comes with some unique features like the cylinder deactivation. So if you're cruising along the highway or inside city limits and you just lift off your right foot from the accelerator, this display will show cylinder deactivation. What it does is it deactivates 2 cylinders while driving, and you don't get to know anything about it while driving the car until you see the notification. So it's a very smooth operation. Skoda has done it to increase the fuel efficiency. How much does it matter? We couldn't test because we were driving the car all around at high speeds today, but I'm sure it does a lot of effect on the final fuel efficiency. Apart from that, this engine is epic. It generates a maximum power of 150 PS, a peak torque of 250 Nm, and we are driving the 7-speed DSG version, which is smooth like anything. It changes gear in blink of an eye, and you do not notice when it changes gear until and unless you keep your eyes stuck to the instrument cluster. Skoda also offers this sports drive system, so you can just pull the lever towards yourself and you can control the gear, the transmission from the paddle shifters right here. And saying that, this powerful car also generates a very nice throaty exhaust. I'm not so sure if you can hear it, but I will just put this later down and I hope that you can hear that nice rumble going behind. Wow, it reaches 3-digit speeds like in a blink of an eye. It's very fast. Nothing else in this segment comes close to this engine specification. And since it's a DSG, the gear ratios are very wide. So if you're driving inside the city limits, you won't feel the lag, the turbo lag, or you won't feel the lack of power as well. Coming to the suspension and the steering, it is similar hardware as the 1 liter TSI, but since the weight has changed because of the engine, and since the engine is little bit closer to the driver, Skoda has done some tuning changes to the suspension and the steering wheel. I must say that I found the steering wheel of the 1 liter a little sharper than this one. However, the suspension is more or less the same. We couldn't figure out the difference much. However, Skoda claims that there is a little bit of tuning differences. Now, if you want a car that fits 4 adults, a kid, and the luggage for 5 for a weekend, then the Slavia can be a strong choice. Choose the 1 liter TSI engine if you are going to spend a lot of time inside the city limits, and the 1.5 liter engine if you are going to take those optional weekend highway trips every other week. However, regardless of the engine, the Slavia is a bliss to drive inside the city limits as well on the highway. Now, Skoda is yet to announce the prices at this moment when we are recording this video. However, it is very practical, it is very spacious, and it gives you the right amount of enthusiastic vibes as well. Now, if you want to know more about the prices, go to the cartalk.com site and check about the all-new Slavia. Apart from that, if you have any comments about this video or the Slavia, make sure that you do that right below here, and also do not forget to subscribe to the Car Talk channel.